Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about self-discipline. Self-discipline is one of those things that every person needs to learn. You quickly realize what self-discipline is and how important self-discipline is when you start working for yourself. Now, in my case, I don't even know what it's like to work for someone else anymore. I see a lot of people who complain about their jobs. Ugh, I have to go to work today and I don't like being at work. And when they are at work, they spend time on social media or playing games or often trying to loaf as much as they can because they are not disciplined. Now, I'm not saying that there is some free time that you may have at work where you may use work time or company time. In general, if there is work to be done, that work should come first. You realize this when you start working for yourself. In the beginning, many moons ago, when I started working for myself, I thought, oh, I got absolute freedom. I can do what I like when I like. It was like that for the first couple of weeks until I realized, you know what, if you're loafing off as much as you are not going to make an income. You need to become disciplined and focus on your work that must be done. Get up in the mornings and set a goal for the day. You need to have a task list, whether in your mind or written down, but you must have a list of tasks which must be completed for the day within the time frame allowed. You need to stick to that. You need to learn to stick to that. After a while, you actually can get into a productive normal day. I now find myself in that position where I feel I can actually get more done in a day than I did when I was actually working for someone else, because I have started practicing that self-discipline. I know there are things that must be done, even though I do actually from time to time still procrastinate. Everyone does, I suppose, because there are things in our everyday lives that you just don't like doing. But at the end of the day, I have goals. I have things that I know must be done for the month to complete a cycle of a month. I think way too few people have self-discipline. If more people learn self-discipline, I think we will get more entrepreneurs and people working for themselves and starting businesses. And even if you are in a situation where you're actually working for someone else, you become a successful person in that business. Believe me, management see people who loaf off. They see people who have self-discipline, and they see the people who work with a purpose. That's just my idea for the day, but let's carry on with the day. Right, we must be at one of the more disliked places in Klerksdorp. The licensing offices. Behind me we have the Klerksdorp licensing offices. For those overseas or abroad, this is our equivalent of the DMV. So obviously there's a place which very few people really like. Our licensing offices, which were at one stage bad, let's say, has really improved. And we are here, it's lunchtime, it's 1:22. You see there's a number of cars, but inside it's actually pretty quiet. I was quite surprised. My girlfriend is in there getting some documentation for another car. Well, the other owner lost the papers, so we just need to get those papers replaced. The licensing offices are not as bad as people think. Now, if you want to renew your driver's license, interesting, a lot of people at one stage said, well, just go to Orkney or go to... Now, Orkney is actually another town in near Klerksdorp in South Africa, and or go to Stilfontein, which is another town close to Klerksdorp, because the Klerksdorp offices were horrendous at one stage, and now everyone is going to Stilfontein and they are going to Orkney rather than coming to Klerksdorp. And if you come to Klerksdorp now, there's virtually nothing happening here. You can get your license renewed in 20-30 minutes. So for those of you who are in Klerksdorp and you want to get your license renewed, come back to Klerksdorp. They've actually sorted out a lot of their problems, and they are quiet because everyone is going to all the other towns. But anyway, on with the day.